Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Top of the morning. You know what though? I'm already knowing some of y'all gonna really portray me. See, I already mentally prepared for it, right? I already mentally prepared for it. And you gotta understand, certain people is gonna be placed in your life for many different reasons, bruh. They not all gonna be placed in your life for the same reason. Not everybody gonna be your friend. Not everybody, not every family member is gonna really be genuine. Um, Not every female you gonna meet is gonna be really genuine or genuinely down for you, and vice versa. Not every female you gonna meet you gonna be loyal to. You feel me? It's just all a part of the game. You gotta understand it's a game that gotta be played, and it's all a part of the game. And sometimes I think, when we winning, we want everybody else to play the game. But when we the one who down, we want to forget about the rules and we want to change the rules in order for us to be successful. And it's not gonna work like that. You feel me? You gotta put in the same type of work that everybody else put in. You gotta still go through the same downfalls that everybody else still gotta go through. Ain't nothing changed just because you in a less position. You gotta climb your way right back up. And the fucked up thing about it is sometimes it's a waiting game. The, Sometimes it's really a waiting game, bro. When you really sentenced to a time limit, it's fucked up because you never know how long that time limit can be. And in reality, that time limit is really all up in your head. It's really all up in your head. You feel me? And that's really gonna determine if you gonna really risk it all or if you gonna really hold back on certain things. And we all get to a certain time where we don't know where we going. We don't know if to go straight, to go left, diagonal. We don't know which way to go. But the one thing I will say is though, sometimes you just gotta start walking away, or sometimes you just gotta start going a certain way, and you may not know where it leads to, but you just gotta keep on going forward. You gotta hurdle over so many obstacles that come your way, and you just can't turn around. You gotta get, bro, you gotta get in a position, in a situation where you cannot afford to turn around. Once you put yourself in a situation where, or once you get into a situation where you can't afford to turn around, because this is the only thing possible that's gonna really work. And if you feel like this is the only thing that's gonna really work, you just gotta keep on going. And even when you're not seeing certain results, quite yet, you still just gotta have belief and try to manipulate it in a way and finesse it in a way where you can make it. You can make it walking in this direction, going into this direction. You can still make it. The problem is when we go into a certain direction and we fully don't understand it, we be so easy to quit, right? But you gotta understand, bro, a lot of shit that happens, you never really fully understood it. It just happened. You thought you knew. You thought you knew it because it played out the way you wanted to, but you really didn't know. You just said, fuck it, I'm finna just go ahead and play my hand. And you fucked around and gambled and you won. You feel me? So not all the time when certain things happen and certain things work out, you fully understand it. Nah, shit, sometimes you just walking, sometimes, bro, you walking based off of faith. And that's the truth. That's the fucking truth right there. Sometimes you really gonna be walking off faith. You really gonna be walking off faith and based off of, the time you really put into certain things. And that's why I say time is fucked up, because you never know when is your time. Certain people got different time limits. And that's why I tell people, don't quit. Do not quit. Because once you get to a certain point and nothing happening, you gonna want to quit. But that's when it's really time to be really mentally tough at that point. You gotta be really mentally tough. But yeah, man, like when you walking in a direction where you don't know how this shit gonna play out, you kind of don't know, you probably don't even know if this little actual thing is even for you. You just gonna try it. But fuck it, you might as well try it, because think about this. You don't know how well you can do something until you actually do it. Even if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how good you can be until you actually try it. You feel me? You gotta stop thinking you can't do something just because you don't know how to do it. Once you know how to do it, you never know how this shit can turn out to be. But we gotta stop doubting ourselves so much, and we gotta really put the utmost confidence in ourselves. I don't give a fuck what a person say. A person would try to tell you that you cocky because you hella confident. No, you should be hella confident. You should feel like I'm better than this person at this particular thing. You should feel like, but at the same time though, if you're gonna be really feeling like that, and if you really gonna be popping it, you gotta really put the work in. And that's the thing, people don't wanna put the work in. Especially with a lot of us black folks, bro. We don't want to put the work in. We want to put so much things. We want to put, and we want to put everything on God. That's what it is. We want to put everything on God. And this shit keep on going out. Yeah, like we want to put everything on God. We want to do little percent, right? We want to do 5% out of 100. We want God to do the rest of the 95%. We want to do little to no work and just say, you know what, I'm going to just put it in God's hand. Okay. Okay. Y'all keep on putting it in God's hand, bro. And y'all keep on making it seem like that he's just some type of genie. You got to understand, bro, you got to put in most of the work, and you just pray to God, and you just hope God, do the rest of the 10% or do the rest of the 15%. You got to be willing to walk most of the way, and then you start praying to God that you can just have the strength to keep on going. Y'all want God to do the actual work, and then when certain things don't happen, you quit to blame God. So we got to get to a point where we got to start living in reality, and we got to start holding ourselves accountable, because it can't just be everybody else's fault. And then we don't point the finger at ourselves. I can name a whole lot of times where I can sit up here and say, you know what, that was my fault. It really was my fault. And even if you're not man enough to really, say it to somebody else, but you at least owe yourself to be real with yourself and be honest with yourself. The worst thing that you can do while you chasing something, or while you chasing success and shit like that, the worst thing that you can do is start lying to yourself in a negative way. Telling yourself that you're doing it like this, knowing you're not really doing it like that. Telling yourself that that trying to tell yourself or try to tell everybody else that you really putting in a whole lot amount of work, but you're really not. So when we start to lie to ourselves in a negative way, it's really not gonna happen. And then that's when we really need the right people around us to tell us the truth. And that's why you gotta put a great team together, and you gotta put niggas around you that, or people around you that's not gonna tell you what you want to hear. And this, bro, I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard hearing certain things that you don't want to hear all the time. But it's for the best. Because you got to understand, bro, everybody got to hold each other accountable, within your circle. But even if you alone with, you feel me, you got to still hold yourself accountable, and you got to be real at certain things. You can't just try to take all the pressure and try to take all the heat off you. Nah, bro, you should want all that pressure to be on you. You really should want all that pressure to be on you. But you got to understand certain things is going to take time. Certain things is going to take time. But you got to, but like I said, we got to stop trying to put everything on God. We be quick to blame God, but at the same time, no, we so quick to put everything on God. We got to stop thinking God is going to do most of the work. He's not going to do most of the work.